Hey there, friends and family. We're headed back to the top of the order with our social emotional learning competencies as we revisit self awareness. And I really want to start looking at self confidence. There is a shortage of self confidence amongst our young people today. I'm convinced of it because I hear so much negative self talk that I can't do this or I'm not very good at this thing. And it's good to be humble, but being humble and lacking self confidence are two very different things. So we're going to spend some time focusing on that. And we're starting with self efficacy. Self efficacy is a term that was coined by psychologist Albert Bandura, and it really means, simplified down, it's about believing in yourself. It's about knowing that you can master skills. And that's really at the root of self-confidence. And a lot of times these topics that we pick, we go through week to week and kind of revisit, circle back to. But I wanted to spend some more continuous time on this idea of building self-efficacy because I think it's so important to help all of us understand and believe that we can be good at things, that we can master things even when they're difficult, and to build in that resiliency and perseverance that is really at the center of success in anything we do in life. And I'm going to do that by focusing on, or we're going to try to do some of that by focusing on the four main components of building self-efficacy, which are mastery experiences, social modeling, social persuasion, and psychological responses. So we're going to kind of focus on self-efficacy for a month here. Kind of do it a little differently than we normally do. Stay in our self-awareness area and try to work on these four individual components. Give it a little bit more time. So this week we're really focusing on mastery experiences. And mastery experiences are the skills that we've developed and things that we've accomplished that took some time and effort. We're not really talking about the things that have come to us very easily that we didn't really have to work at. Because we all have experiences where we've done something that was hard when we started, but we put in the time, we put in the effort, we put in the reps, and we reached a level of mastery. We got good at that thing. And we can even take it back to simple things we've done in our lives. When we were children, learning how to walk, that wasn't easy. If you've ever watched a toddler try to walk, they pull themselves up and take a few steps and fall down, pull themselves up again. And we get to a point, most of us, where we're able to walk and have that be an unconscious thing. It's just something we do. It's the same thing with reading or doing math or whatever the skill is. When we were young, reading was a challenge. We had to figure out how to sound out words and put things together in sentences. And then it becomes easier, it becomes more natural. But sometimes as we get older, we start to put restraints on ourselves that maybe we don't when we're children. A quote that I love from the Zen monk, often known as Suzuki Roshi, is in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. I think that's so true because when we're young, we want to learn and we're willing to do that trial and error process. There are so many ways to get to our end result. But as we get older and we're more influenced by outside ideas and constructs, and we start to doubt ourselves sometimes because we've been through the process of failure. We've felt the hurt of trying our best and having it still not come out the way that we want. We start to put ourselves in a box. We start to limit ourselves and think there aren't very many options. And that's a dangerous thing. And that's why it's so important to work on building our self-efficacy. And by starting looking at the things we've already done, the things that were already hard for us, that we got through and did it. That starts to build that confidence, that belief that, look, we have done this before. Whether we choose to always recognize it or not, there have been things in our lives that were difficult, that took us some time and effort, and we got through and we figured it out. So that's what I want us talking about this week. Give me something from your life, a mastery experience. It can be something from when you were young, it can be something recent. But what is something that took you some time and effort that you eventually got good at? And it doesn't mean that you're done with that journey, that you think you are an expert, that you think you perfected it. But I guarantee you have something that you've gotten better at because you've put in the time. Let's have a great week. Let's start building that self-efficacy because it's so important. Much love.